What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. As you already know, it is your girl Q Lachey, and we're back for another video. So first of all, I want to say thank you for, because I don't think I said it in my last video, thank you guys for getting me to 700 subscribers. I'm so excited. I've worked really hard. During this crazy time of my life, I still have tried to put out content and just stay as active and consistent as possible. And I'm just grateful for all of you guys. Also, I want to say thank you for all of the love and support and positivity in the comments on my last videos, and it just really means a lot. I never want you guys to not know how much I care and how much I appreciate it, especially at a time like this. So I already knew when I put out those videos that it would cause a lot of conversation. I knew that a lot of people, especially from my hometown or people who have known me previous to my move to DC, I knew that they would have a lot of questions because a lot of people from my hometown, and I could be wrong, but I really feel like they only see me a certain way. A lot of people who know me previously, you know, throughout the years, really only know me as the goofy, funny, just life of the party, crazy singer or whatever. Like, I'm always just this happy-go-lucky, goofy person, and that is a part of my personality. But at the same time, a lot of the laughter was just a cover, because I was really dealing with a lot of depression and anxiety. And I recently had a friend who I haven't spoken to in a while, but she has checked on me and had a lot of questions about just everything that I've been posting and just where my life is now up until this point. And I just kind of knew that if she had all those questions, that a lot of other people who know me, you know, from years ago are wondering, like, what happened? Like, how did you get to this point? And I just wanted to sit down and make a video about it so you guys can, like, you know, have answers to some of those questions and just kind of understand me, my thought process, and why I am where I am and why I am the way I am. If you're new here, I know you probably have a lot of questions too, because you're like, what is going on? I am Q Lachey, okay? I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I'm a single mother. I have a child by a person I was in a relationship with that went off to prison shortly after, and I'm not sure of the time frame exactly, because we were not in contact when I got pregnant. Well, when I gave birth. So he went away, I want to say when I was still pregnant or whatever. Sometime in 2015, my son's dad went away to prison and did 3 years. So he just recently got out this year, 2019. I don't know what month exactly, but I do know that he's out. And so that's that. So my son has never met his father. My son he's seen pictures, but they've talked on the phone and all of that, but he's never met him. And my son's father has never helped me or have tried to help me ever. And I do have an old video on my channel where I tried to forgive all of the stuff that has happened in the past for my son's sake, and I tried to start communicating with my son's dad again, just to have a co-parenting situation. But that did not work because he continues to make empty promises and to care more about other stuff versus his son. So I cut that off. Boom. Fast forward to November of last year, I lost my truck. I had a Dodge Journey, that was my first time buying a car on my own, and I was very excited about that. I got my car in 2017, I think around June, and then I had it for like a year, and then fell on hard times and lost my truck. That's just the honest truth. And then so I decided to myself, what do I want to do? I had the opportunity to move to Washington, D.C. with a family member, which is my brother, most of you know. And I was like, I already don't have my car. I could take my son out of school. I was already applying to jobs in DC. I could move to DC and start over, or I could sit in Mobile, knowing that my son's dad is about to get out of prison, knowing that it's hard to find a job, knowing that I'm not going to make enough, knowing that I just felt comfortable. I felt trapped, and I had to get out of Mobile. If you know me, you know for years I've been saying I wanted to get out of Mobile, and I had the opportunity to do it, so I took it. Fast forward to January 1st, New Year's Day of this year, I moved. I got rid of pretty much all of my stuff. Some stuff like my flat screen TV, some pictures, and just some little random stuff I gave to a friend who had just moved into his apartment. Other than that, I trashed everything and I got the fuck, okay? I moved from Mobile and I left. Went to DC. A lot of family issues were happening there. because my family is very dysfunctional and very toxic. And a lot of people and everybody on every end has hurt each other. I'm not innocent. I've said things, I've done things that I'm not proud of. But that's just what it is. And so I don't have contact with really any of my family at all. I speak to like a couple of cousins, some from my mom's side, some from my dad's side. But as far as my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, I don't fuck with them. And that's just, to put it honestly, I just don't. And so things were going pretty bad in DC. I met some good people, I had some good times, but it just was not working. So I came to a point where I was like, I'm not happy here. I'm 20 hours away from home. And I don't want to go back to Mobile because of the safety issues. I don't have any family in Mobile, and I just honestly, to be honest, don't take this the wrong way if you're from Mobile and you're watching this video, but I honestly hate Mobile. Mobile reminds me so much of my past. It reminds me so much of my childhood. It reminds me so much of everything that I hate. So I did not want to go back to Mobile, so I had to make a decision. Where do I go? I'm miserable in DC. I don't want to go back to Mobile and be miserable, so what do I do? And so I made the decision. I had another place I could go. It was back down south, which is where I am now. I'm in the city, you know, where I decided to go, but I'm not revealing that for safety reasons. I had the opportunity to come back down south, but not home, not to Mobile. I've already to this day made up in my mind I'm not going back to Mobile, so I don't care what I have to do. And I always said to myself, I'll be on the street, you know, I'll do this, I'll do that to avoid going back home. And I mean that, you know what I'm saying? So came back down here, down south, and it did not work there either. It was a lot of the same stuff. To just keep it honest, it was just like a lot of the same stuff that was happening in DC. I'm just the type of person, honestly, like, you won't disrespect me. You won't. And when I feel disrespected or I feel belittled, it does something to me that I shut down. So instead of when I was younger, how I would deal with that is I would want to fight. I would want to just get physical. I just would blow up. But now, at 26, how I deal with that is I shut down. If I don't say anything, that means to leave me the fuck alone. Don't talk to me. Don't try to speak. You know, just leave it alone. Because once I'm to that shutdown mode, there's really no talking to me. And I realize that that's not really healthy, but I really feel like that's a better alternative than to fight somebody at 26. Like, I don't have time. I have a child that I have to provide for, you know, and nobody understands that but me. Nobody's in my situation but me. So, you know, I might get a lot of judgment for me being here, but I don't really care because none of those people are providing for my child and me. So don't really give a fuck. I don't know anybody here, you know, so I had to start over. And I want y'all to just imagine how hard that is. And I don't want anybody's sympathy or anybody's pity, but you have to put a lot of things in perspective for a lot of people who might want to judge, you know. I'm just the type of mother that I'm gonna do what I have to do, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have like his dad, so I can like, oh, can you get him while I just get back on my feet? I don't have that option. It's on me 100%. I don't have my mom to say, can you take him so I can get my shit together? I don't have that, so I have to just put on this face and I have to just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I have to wipe my tears and keep it going. And if you're a real mother, then you know what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying. We don't have that option like a lot of fathers do. And there are some deadbeat mothers too who just say, well, fuck it, it's just too hard, you know, or let the state take over their kids. But I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if I had to come to a shelter, that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. Came down from DC May, because I think I had till June. The person that I was staying with gave me till June 1st to leave. But, you know, by that time I didn't want to be there no more than the person wanted me out. So I left May 23rd. I booked a megabus ticket or whatever. So me and my son, which I put in a vlog on my channel, I took a megabus trip. It took like 17 hours, I think, total, and came back down south to where I am now. And I was staying at this last place from May 23rd up until this Friday. And I literally Found this place with like, it was just a whole day of just like calling around and trying to figure out what I was gonna do. Because I didn't want to literally be out on the street, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, it got to be somewhere I could go. And I was calling and I found this place. And I was scared, obviously. I was like, what is this going to be like? And then just a lot of guilt. Being ashamed, being embarrassed that I had to come here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a person, I'm an Aries, I say it all the time, but I have a lot of pride, you know, but all of that went out the window when I started having to walk my son to school, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, at this point, it ain't no room for pride, it ain't no room for trying to have an image, it's no room for none of that. At this point, you just have to do what you have to do. And so I came here, and I do want to say that, honestly, and I said it in my last video, this is the most peace I think I've felt all year, for a lot of reasons. And some people will relate to this and some people won't. If you're close to your family or your family is not really dysfunctional, then you're gonna look at me kind of crazy. But for me, I've learned a lot of my flaws. I've learned a lot of things that I do that are not healthy, and I'm working on those. But I've also learned that my family is a trigger for me. I learned that my family is very toxic. I've contributed a lot to a lot of the dysfunction. I can own my part, but I do realize that when I am around my immediate family, I'm who I don't want to be, you know? And I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my son. And since we've been here, we've only been here like a couple of days, but it's just giving me a peace of mind. And I think it's just because I'm separated from that energy. I'm separated from that toxic environment where I'm able to really focus on what I need to do as a woman, as a mother, as a human being, you know? And I'm grateful for that. And I know a lot of people have been contacting me, you know, concerned. Even my son's dad has been blowing up my phone. And it's just like, I'm good. I'm okay. I appreciate the genuine concern for those of you who are genuinely concerned, but I mean, at the end of the day, struggle or no struggle, I'm never going to put my son in a situation that will be harmful to either one of us. You know what I'm saying? So we are okay. We are safe. I'm actually happier despite the tears right now. It's just emotional, but despite the tears, I'm happy. And I'm making the necessary moves that I need to make to ensure that we have a better life. And a lot of the time, and there were some people too that have contacted me and said, well, I went through that too, and I've done the same thing, and you would never think it. Homeless shelters now don't look like what you think. It's not scary like you, I mean, I'm sure things happen, yeah, depending on where you are, but I haven't experienced that. I'm just in a place where I'm literally just happy and I'm grateful, and I've learned that 2019 has been such a crazy year. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything, every single thing. Even if it hurt me, I'm grateful for it because it made me who I am, you know? And it's just like a lot of people who might have something to say could never be in my shoes. They could never go through what I go through. Life will continue to be hard. As long as we have breath in our body, life is gonna be hard. We just get stronger. Life never gets easier. You get stronger. You go through stuff, you fall, and you get back up. That's what you do. That's what you have to do. And I pray that if you're watching this video and you might be going through something similar, or maybe you're going to be in the same situation as I am, I just want you to watch this and be encouraged and just know that it's not the end.